Okay, I think this is working. So let's see. Alright, hello everybody. Let's see. Oh, my hair's a mess. My hair's always a mess. Okay. I need to make sure that my voice is coming through. Hopefully it's working. I guess I'll start a little bit earlier. It's about the same time. Okay, I have my phone. This is working. We have an echo going on here. So let's see. Perfect. As you can see, I'm in Delfino Plaza right now. Yes. Hello, Maverick, CG Grizzly, Domestic House Bear. Hello. Oscar. Hi, everybody. Yes, a green screen. This is a new feature that I recently added that I'm excited. This is the first time I ever used it, so we'll see how this goes. So let's double check, make sure all the frame rate's good. I don't want any issues. Sorry if you hear the echo. Oh, it's working good. Seems like it's working good. I'm currently relaxing at Delfino Plaza, which I would play the music. Hi, Christopher. I would play the music, but Nintendo would probably take it down. Oh, Maverick, that's Holly. Let me see. Okay, that's right. I remember seeing your channel. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. I remember, what was it? I remember that one stream that I was part of. That one of those streams that you did further back. So what I'm gonna do today is a tier list, since a lot of people have been doing that. I think they're fun. I sat down and did some before by myself, just for fun, and I thought that it would be a good idea to stream that. So, let's see. Let's switch over to this mode. Oh, now we're in darkness. No, this mode. Yes, this is where the tier list is. The first one we're going to do is the 3D Mario games. Now, all of these games, I was going to do just Mario games in general, but the nice thing is that all of these games I've played, every one of them. We'll talk about each one. I've at least played them briefly. So I have more, with the Mario games, I hadn't played every single one. Plants vs. Zombies, that's Christopher's favorite game. I remember that game. That was cool. It's been a long time since I played that app. So, if you don't know how tier lists work, we have basically these categories. We got the S tier, which is like super special. I already know which one's going in that one. We got A, B, C, and then this one just has F. We could add more, but it looks like... Oh, hopefully you can see the games here. I'm in the way. I'm down here in the corner. I'm like, wait, which direction? Hang on. Which direction? Oh, this way. This is the tier list. Okay, so if I'm pointing at the tier list, that would be here. It's so weird dealing with the green screen. And the new chair, if you saw one of the videos, I talked about the new chair. Alright, so I guess we'll get started here. So let me finish describing what this was. So we got the super tier, and we got A, B, C, and F, just like you'd grade school papers or something. So we're going to grade each of these games. I don't know if any of them would go into F tier. By the way, when we're done with this one, I'm going to do Pixar films. Some of them I haven't seen, so I'm going to have to leave them out of my list. But my top favorite Pixar films. This is going to be interesting. Alright, right off the bat, Super Mario Galaxy goes in S tier, because that game is my favorite game of all time for nostalgic reasons, but also for critical reasons. That's my favorite Mario game. I really love that one. Definitely, without a doubt, I knew I was putting that in the S tier. The music, the levels, I was gonna say character development, but there is Rosalina. Just the design and feel of the game, that's my favorite. So By the way, this is all just personal opinion. If you put up some of these, Domestic House Bear says, big surprise. She already knows that that's my favorite. I was saying, if any of these are your favorites and I didn't put them up higher, or if I end up putting one in the F tier just because I didn't personally like it, but you like it, that's fine. This is just my personal list. I'm sure many of you would have this in a different level. Hey, Jack. Hey, Daniel. So, let's see. Hey, Dusk. It's good to see you all. What's next? Well, I guess the next logical thing. Oh, and by the way, for those of you just joining in, we're doing a tier list for my favorite Super Mario games. I chose just the 3D games because I haven't played all the 2D ones. I might do that though after this. And then I'm going to do my favorite Pixar films, and we might just look for more tier lists for fun. There was a video game protagonist one that I really wanted to do, so we might do that one too. Okay, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm going to change the order of some of these two as I go about. Okay, I think the only one that's going to be in Super, up at the S tier, is Super Mario Galaxy. So this definitely gets a solid A. I would put all of these in A. That's the only thing. So I'm going to have to be really, really tough on these games. Okay. So Super Mario Galaxy 2 is definitely an A because it was everything great about the first one and then some. They added Yoshi, they added new levels. I still have wouldn't it make sense, Dusk said, wouldn't it make sense to call this favorite Mario game tier list? Actually, it probably would. I might have to go in and change that here in a bit. What? No Paper Mario? Okay, maybe I need to find... Hang on a minute. Let's make this more interesting. Excuse me for a moment. Let's find all the Mario games. Alright, some of them I haven't played, but... Ooh, this is a good one because it has some other ones that I like. Alright, we're going to do all the Mario games for the most part. Dusk said, wait, let me look at some of these. Jack said Mario is awesome. I agree, I love the Mario games. Dusk said I'm a fan of Yoshi and the Koopalings. I am too. There's some pretty cool characters. Thank you, Daniel. Said this is the most epic stream ever. We're gonna do. Let's go for it. Let's do all of them. Maverick said the only Mario I've played is Mario 1, 2, 3, Mario Kart, and some DS games and some Wii games. There's so many of them across so many consoles. It's hard to keep track of them sometimes. Sunshine is probably... Dusk said that Sunshine is probably his favorite because of how interesting it is. Sunshine, I really like Sunshine. Have you played the first ever Mario game? Yes. The Mario Brothers, I think, is technically the first one. I know Mario appeared in Donkey Kong, which I played that one too. And then Super Mario Brothers. The oldest one they put here is Super Mario Brothers. Let's catch up to where we were. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of the B tier. You're going to the S tier. Okay, this is better. There's more. I mean, we can kind of rank them a bit differently. And why don't I use my other mouse for this so it's not so noisy? Oh, hi, Satellite Wolf. Super Mario Sunshine is a fun game. I agree. Super Mario 64 back in 1999 or 2000. That's a nostalgic game for sure. Let me put Super Mario Galaxy 2 back here. Definitely a really good one. But Mario Galaxy 1 still tops it simply because I think I just have more nostalgic memories for the first one. And critically, I don't know. I feel like it had a little bit of a different feel than the second one, but they're both really great. Those two together are really, really good ones. Is Mario Odyssey's on here? I had the opportunity to play that a little bit, but not that much. Okay, let's also get this one out of the way. I'm gonna put Luigi's Mansion in the A. Okay, it's going in the S tier with Mario Galaxy. Those two are like those are my games right there. Dr. Mario, that's another one. I don't think I ever played Dr. Mario. That one's definitely more of a puzzle. I would argue Donkey Kong is technically the first, since it is Mario's actual first appearance. I'd say it's probably the first official one, because I think Nintendo too would acknowledge that, yeah, that's the first one. Mario 64 better be on this list, or you'll be hearing from me later. Yeah, I need to put that on here for sure. Mario 64 is from 96. It is from 96, but I think though, even like it's still to this day in the 2000s, we still go back and play it. I never cared for Mario 64 for some reason. Dusk. No, it's alright. That's fine. I understand. It's definitely, I don't know. It's different, especially if you've played the modern ones. It was definitely impressive for its time. Anyway, we'll get to that one in a moment. I put Luigi's Mansion in the S tier because of the fact that I think that it's really, it was another one of those big childhood games. It's a shorter one, and I know that a lot of people really love it, and it's got a big cult following, including myself. And then there's some people that don't really like it because it's so short. It's just a strange one, though. That's what I love about it. It's so different. And it started its own little series. We'll talk about its sequel in just a moment. Bro, moment. Was that was that Dusk Sama? Like, bro, how could you not have liked Mario 64? But I understand it. Everybody's got different games that they like. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion, I think it's only like a 6-hour game or so, but just the feel, the music, just that weird vibe that it gives, that atmosphere, I love that. So definitely a great one. I think the GameCube's probably my favorite console, just because it's got some really good classics. Daniel says, out of all the old classics, I like Super Mario Bros. 2 the least. It's just weird and has a lame ending. I would agree. I think that Super Mario Bros. 2, I think it's a good platformer from what I remember. But it is weird because it was never intended to be a Mario game, so it always feels out of place. But I gotta give it credit for introducing the Shy Guys. Who else? Introducing the 4 characters. They weren't introduced, but they were shown as playable characters. And then Birdo, I think. And then some others. I'm trying to think of who else. But it was really strange if you think about. Jack said I like the racing games. Or the racing ones. Yeah, the Mario Karts are really good. Are they? There's no Mario Karts on this? Maybe they have their own category. Alright, can we make a new tier? Can we? Oh, alright. I'm gonna make a tier called Never Played, because there's some that I haven't. And it's not fair for me to do that. And we'll just leave these. Okay. Oh, what next? Okay, Mario 64. Since we were just talking about that. Doki Doki Panic Dusk said that. That's an interesting story. I think it's interesting that they do have Super Mario Brothers. He said about the Japanese version, the Lost Levels, which is, from what I've heard, is really difficult. It's a really difficult game. Super Mario 64 is A for me. Definitely, I really like that one. I didn't play that. I played Galaxy first. I remember going back and playing it then, and it was odd because there were so many things that just were very more retro about it, that were different, like the whole castle and the Lakitu camera and all that. I thought was odd at the time, but there's some really good memories with that. And of course, it's the one that everybody does like all the modding for, which I have fond memories of getting in there and changing textures and making trying to make my own game. Um, Daniel's doing math homework right now, but this is more important. Hey, I better not be distracting you from doing homework. I'm learning so much right now. Hey, I'm actually really glad because I love, especially with Mario, I know a lot of history about just from reading the Mario Wiki page when I was bored. I love sharing information like that. Um, Jack said, "What game system do you like the best for playing Mario on?" I would say the Wii, because of the fact that it can play GameCube games as well. If you have one of the earlier models of it, so I would say that, just because it's got it all in one. It's got the really good ones, and then you can play the Virtual Console, so you can play all the older ones for the most part, I think. What's your ranking for all the Mario parties? Ooh, just to make it even more complicated. I think I'll find a tier list for that once I do these main ones, because that would be interesting. Although I haven't played them all, so I'm going to have to think about that. I have to think like which ones that I remember. I remember Mario Party 1 and 2 and 4. And I've seen and heard things about the newer ones that I could comment on. But anyway, we'll look at that though too. Okay. Wait, where's... Okay, Super Mario Brothers. Oh, wait. Let's get Mario Sunshine first. I'm going to also put Mario Sunshine in A. I have a lot of fond memories with that one. And I think that one's... Again, it was a very different style. And it's had a nice cult following as well. And just the whole Delfino Plaza, like I was in right here, Delfino Plaza behind me. That whole location and the way it's all connected, like you can go to a different level and look out in the ocean and see another island, which is the level that you'll go to later. I thought that was so... I love that kind of stuff. Fun fact, Atari was meant to have the rights to distribute the NES back in 1983 before the infamous crash happened. I actually didn't know that. That's interesting. Mario is only on Nintendo products. I've had some people wonder about Mario being on other consoles, but Nintendo's smart to have it just be on theirs. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about this one. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I played this one. I got some great memories with it, but critically, I'm going to put it in C. It's a good game. I think the mechanics are interesting, but it didn't really remind me of the first one enough for me. One of the problems with it was that it took you to a lot of different mansions, so it didn't have time to really get you attached to the one, because this mansion in the first game is such a character to me. As soon as I see the mansion, you just get the whole idea just by looking at it. Plus, Sunshine introduced Dusk to one of your favorite characters, Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is a cool character. But Luigi's Mansion, yeah, the fact that it was at one mansion, I really like that. I feel like Dark Moon really... I don't know. I didn't really like the idea of all those different mansions. Although I thought that they were neat, I just don't know if there was enough... It just didn't feel quite like a Luigi's Mansion game. But it is definitely not bad in the sense that I like the control scheme and I really like Luigi's personality that shines through in all the cutscenes and just seeing the characters again. Because I really like Professor Egad. I feel like he's a bit of an underrated character because his dynamic with Luigi I thought was fun. And the fact that, well, okay, I don't know if that's a spoiler. It's an older game, but the plot, I guess the plot's similar to the first one. You don't really think it might be at first, but it is very similar, and it ends up being very similar. Jack is solving quantum physics math while watching this. Wow. You've taken me away from my work saving the world. Blames it on Mario. How could Mario do such a thing to distract us? Okay, let's see. Super Mario Maker. Well, let me finish up about this. There's a third one coming out, which I'm actually excited. It's kind of like they put both the first and the second one together. I'm excited about it. I don't have a Nintendo Switch, unfortunately, which then you're going to say, well, how did you play Mario Odyssey? Well, we'll talk about that. A friend of mine, so we'll talk about that. Well, no, not a friend of mine, a family member. But so I probably won't be able to play it unless for some reason I get a Switch by then. Hey Posry, it's good to see you. And hey Chip. Let's see. Okay, I didn't play Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I didn't play Bowser's Inside Story. Okay, I didn't play RPG. I've heard a lot about that. That one's definitely got a cult following. My older brother really liked that game a lot. I didn't play this one either. I didn't play the Mario and Luigi games. I didn't play the Mario Lands, although I love those for how they really compressed it down as simply as they could for the Game Boy, but it's still a Mario game and it still works. Like, it's just these little pixels that don't even have color, but you can still tell it's Mario. I like that a lot. I want to Switch, but I'm waiting for some games to be published for it that I like. Yeah, I can understand that. What's this? The D ranking was the Daniel ranking. So all the games I put in D are the Daniel ranking. Wait a minute, but I'm gonna put some of the ones that I didn't like in there. So wait, are we saying our tastes are different? That those ones are the ones you like? Oh, I was saying about the Mario Land. Sorry if I keep getting distracted. Boy, it's been a while since I've done this, so my mind's kind of everywhere with all these games. Mario Land, I liked how they really compressed that. Although I don't know critically how the games were. Super Mario All-Stars, it's a collection of 1, 2, 3, and World. So that one's going to be weird. Dream Team, I played a little bit of Dream Team. I'm going to put it in... I only played a demo of it, so I can't really comment on that one. I didn't play Yoshi's New Island. I played a little bit of Mario Color Splash. I didn't play that Mario and Luigi one. I didn't play Sticker Star. Oh my goodness. How many did I not play? That's what's really going to open my eyes. I didn't technically play New Super Mario Brothers either. I know. Like, every kid in the 2000s played that on their DS. I played the sequels, though. Okay. I might comment on it, though, because it's very similar to its sequels. Actually, yeah, we'll probably say something about that, because it did something kind of special that it's a little... We'll talk about it. I don't even know how to put it into words. Alright, that leaves us with these games, which I think, for the most part, I've played... Oh, I haven't played the Thousand Year Door, though. Which I heard... Where's the J rank? Any Mario games that glitched or froze up? Oh, the Mario glitches. I don't see Super Mario Strikers on that list. I love Mario Strikers. Where is that one? Superstar Saga, and it was my favorite, Satellite said. Let me see. Superstar Saga. Yeah, Mario sports games are the only sports-related games I like. Oh, it was that one. That one is great because it has all four, I think, of those games all in one. So that's a really, really good one. In fact, I'm probably going to put that up in A because if I'm thinking about it right, that's a great bundle of those games. Okay, I'm going to put Super Mario Odyssey in A because I played a little bit of it. I'm putting some of it... Wait, when I put it... No, I'm going to put it in A. I played some of it with my nephew on his Switch, and I really liked the controls with that game. And that game really inspired me to with when I developed my Keith games too. That's kind of the framework for how I think that they should be, um, based on how he animates and how he controls. I love the Thousand Year Door. I just haven't finished it. That's the other things. I have trouble finishing games because my interests change a lot, so I have trouble finishing one. But I'll start it out and love it, and then I just forget about it for a little bit, and then I'll come back. So maybe I eventually finish them just over time. But Mario Odyssey, and just watching a lot of the gameplay of it, I do think that there's a lot more potential for it than they actually reached yet. I think that there's a lot more levels. Daniel said Mario teaches typing too with the Mario Head is the best Mario game. Paper Mario on the 3DS. So is that was that which one was that? Sticker Star? And Thousand Year Door is a really long game. I remember there were so many chapters when I was looking into it. Hotel Mario. If those of you who don't know, another good video game history thing is that the Philips CDI console, Philips got the rights to use Mario and Zelda characters to make games for the Philips CDI. I think that's what it was called. And so, whenever they did that, Nintendo trusted them with that, but they ended up making some really bad games that just didn't work, and they've been joked about for so long. And now, I believe, Nintendo does not even consider that part of their property anymore. They just choose to forget that. And wow, that just says something about how bad this game's. Selling it was one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. About Thousand Year Door. It's really hard because I've done that too, where I've had some games I really enjoyed, but I sold them to get another game, and then later I was like, why did I sell that? Why? Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I'm going to put that in B because I like that one. With the whole adventuring with Baby Mario. The Philips CDI Zelda games have the best cutscenes. There's so many. They look like they were made in like Microsoft Paint too. I mean, there was some effort put into making that happen, but it just looks odd with the technology, and they really did not capture those characters well. They didn't capture them properly at all. So, I don't know why that happened. And the only reason those games exist, Dusk said, is because Nintendo is going to make an add-on for the Super Nintendo with Philips. Oh, and so that agreement. So that's why they even made the deal in the first place. That's a really interesting part of Nintendo's history as well. Okay. Super Mario Brothers, I'm going to put it in B. I really like the game, but I guess I've just seen it so much that it's a really solid game though. And it really was what plunged Mario into what he is today. And even the music and the sounds. I wish there was a Zootopia game. Disney messed up big time by not making a Zootopia game. I agree. I do not know why Disney does not acknowledge Zootopia as much in the parks. I don't get it. I thought when I went to Disney World, I thought maybe I get to see Nick Wilde and Judy and get to see some stuff. Nothing. Now, I maybe they were in Animal Kingdom because I didn't get to go there. Where's the Zootopia merch? Where's the Zootopia stuff? Why? Disney. Why? Anyway, maybe we'll say that for, well, when we talk about Pixar, maybe we'll talk about Disney movies though too. There's a lot of Disney movies. But let's finish this one up. Mario 3D World, B. I like that. I like the multiplayer aspect of it. Mario Bros. 3, I'm going to put the original ones in B because they were really good. But I don't know if they weren't the ones I always went back to play as much. Just me personally. Mario Bros. 2, I'm going to put in C. It's a good game, but it's an odd one. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this one in B. Super Paper Mario. It's by far, I think, one of the creepiest Mario games ever. It goes to some depths that are very odd for Mario, but I love that. That's so different. The original Paper Mario... Okay, I'm going to put it in C for now. I might move it up. But I liked it because it did start the whole Paper Mario thing. But it was a little bit repetitive for me sometimes. But it wasn't bad. No, I don't hate any of these games. It's just hard to rank them sometimes. Maybe maybe that's why Disney doesn't do that. Disney's too focused with Frozen right now. Yeah, the Frozen 2 movie. There's a lot of hype for that, I'm sure. Okay, Super Mario World we're gonna put in B. Alright, let's actually move these two up with those, because those ones those are what I really think of a lot too when I think about classic. Although Super Mario Bros. 3 is really solid. I just haven't played it as much as I played these two. New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm going to put in C. I had that game. Not bad, but kind of like these sequels. I'm going to put New Super Mario Bros. Wii in B because I really like the multiplayer stuff. That introduced that chaotic 4-player mode. That was fun. New Super Mario Bros. U. I'm going to put in C. Just... they keep making these, and I don't know why, because they're not the same game because they introduce new elements and there's new levels, but I don't know. Even the naming, could they do something a little bit different? I don't know. Paper Mario Color Splash. I haven't played enough of it to really comment on it. I liked the way it looked. Let me check the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. I like the way it looked, and it seemed like a good game. I just don't know if I can comment on it enough because I haven't played through it. Super Mario Maker that's an A for me because wow, did they open up a wonderful door of creativity with the community? Because people, kids now don't get this, how special it is to have Super Mario Maker, because if you wanted to make your own Mario levels, even when I was a kid, you had to figure out how to make the software yourself, and you had to do it this really hack kind of way. The River Twigs bed from Super Paper Mario, doesn't that sound really creepy? That is, I think I know which one you're talking about. Super Paper Mario. I mixed up those words. There's some creepy stuff there. I like creepy Easter eggs though. I like some of that. Oh, there's so many. We could do a whole tier list on that. The only thing from Super Paper Mario I know about is the beginning with Bowser marrying Princess Peach, and that happens again in Odyssey, which I thought was interesting. Oh, but I was saying about Mario Maker. If you wanted to make this when you were a kid, you had to figure out how to maybe do a ROM hack, which is complex, or you had to make your own game from scratch or something like that. When Nintendo did this, that was genius which I think they originally made Super Mario Maker just so that they could have a level building system for them, so that they could make levels easier, and they realized this would make a great game on its own. And with the new Super Mario Maker 2, which has a lot more elements I think that are also really cool, that's really fun. So that was a really good game. I'm going to put Super Mario 3D Land in... This is tough. A. I'm going to put it in A. Those levels are short but sweet. And every level for me, it's like it introduced something kind of new, and it never overstayed its welcome. I think it's the perfect game to play in the car because the levels aren't that long and you could just do that. And they're not super challenging at first, but then that's what I love about Mario 2 is there's that balance where first when I played it, because I got it again recently, and I was playing it and I'm like, this is easy. But then when you get to the special world is when it starts getting a little bit more difficult. They always have a good balance with difficulty. That was a good one. So that's it, all of them. So we got Super Mario Galaxy. Let's just review, and then we'll go on to the Pixar movies. We got Super Mario Galaxy and Luigi's Mansion for the S tier. Super Mario Galaxy 2, 64, Sunshine, All-Stars, Odyssey, World, Super Mario Brothers, Mario Maker, 3 Land in A. Island, World, 3, Wii, and Super Paper Mario in B. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario 2, Paper Mario, and New Super Mario Bros. 2 in U in C. Super Mario Maker keeps on giving with courses online. I'm always amazed at the stuff people make. They make some really smart, ingenious ways of using those tools to really make those games fun. And these are all the games. Mostly like the RPG, Mario and Luigi, Mario Land, and some of the Paper Marios I'd never played before. So that is my Ultimate Mario tier list, at least for now. These opinions might change especially if I pick up some of these games. Now we move on to, so this was a big part of my childhood, but we move on to something that may arguably be even more a part of my childhood, or at least around longer for me. I didn't get into Mario until I was like 8 or 9, but I remember very young were the Pixar movies. Now these are a little bit more specific, and this might actually be easier to rate because they're very descriptive. We got favorites, we got timeless classics, we got enjoyable, mediocre but not bad, and then just no. And can we add, how do you add a tier? Oh, we can move them. Can we add a row above? Okay. We're gonna do purple for no. We'll keep that green. Sorry, this one. We'll do this purple, and I'm gonna say never saw again because I don't think it's fair for me to comment on ones that I literally never saw. To make games more fun, get a projector, project the game. Ooh, that's a good idea too. I may get back into Super Mario Maker 2 on the Switch. Ooh, it looks really good. Luxo Jr.'s on this list. Wait, why is that one on this list and there's no other short films? Because I love the short films. You're right, Dusk. That's interesting. That's definitely classic. Yeah. Luxo Jr.? I will say that's one of my favorites. That really made a statement for Pixar. I really had fun talking about the Mario games. I might do something else involving them because I love talking about them. And that was actually really fun hearing your guys' favorites and just discussing about that. I've wanted to do some gameplay of I think Super Mario 64 or any Mario game, but I'm having trouble with setting that up because when I tried to play games before with my PC, it shut the stream down. It had so much trouble with that. But at the same time, if I stick a camera in front of my TV screen, that might look really bad. So I need to figure that out. Toy Story 2 is the best Pixar film ever. Ooh, okay. Toy Story 2 is really, really good, but I don't know if it's my personal favorite. Although that film is really good, though. I love that one. Domestic House Bear, you didn't miss much. Actually, let me show you. This was my tier list for Mario, for those of you that maybe missed that last bit. I think the ones I added were like Super Mario 3 Land, some others. That was my final verdict for that one. Now we're on the Pixar movies. Ratatouille was cool. Ooh, there's some, wow. A lot of these are going to be up here. Okay, let's start with the ones that I didn't like as much. Okay. Which aren't many. Now, first of all, Onward. None of us have seen Onward. So, although I'm very optimistic about that movie. Oh, yeah, sorry. Domestic House Bear, also known as Honey Heart. Sorry, I wasn't sure. That's easier to say. It took much longer to animate a CGI film in those days compared to today. And Dusk mentioned about the animation is amazing. Considering, yeah, in the 1980s. That was before Mario 64, which we were just talking about. It is amazing. And that was much more difficult to do. You didn't have the user-friendly software like we have now. Although it's still, 3D animation is still a bit complex. But back then, when you're innovating that, that's difficult. The Cars films, he said about. Okay, I didn't see Cars 3. Alright. Cars 2, I'm going to put it in mediocre. I was going to say no. Not a good Cars movie, by any means. But for a kid's spy film, it's okay. It's not terrible. It has good animation. It has kind of some funny things, but not a good Cars movie, and not necessary at all. Cars 3, I don't think I'll see Cars 3 just because I don't know. Although if you like the Cars series, then that's okay too, because I like the first Cars a lot. Monsters University, I'm going to put in enjoyable. I thought it was a good movie. I don't know if it's like a timeless classic though, but I thought it was very enjoyable. Okay, so why is there Onward twice? What on earth? We didn't see Onward yet. Calm down. My goodness. Hello, Railroad Preserver. Cars 3 was cool. I didn't see Cars 3. I didn't know about that. I don't know as much about how that one was. And Dusk didn't care for Cars. I liked the first one. I didn't think the sequels were necessary, but I liked the first one. Do you like CGI animation or cell animation? I like both. I like all kinds of animation. Stop motion, cell, 3D. What are the other ones? What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting a whole genre of it, or not a genre, a style. I like them both though, both those. Wait. Honey Heart, you saw the third one? Was it good? I wasn't sure. Or are you talking about another, like the Toy Story films? Okay, I didn't see The Good Dinosaur, but I heard that one wasn't good. Okay. I thought Finding Dory was mediocre, personally. Because I felt like it just did the same thing Nemo did, but with Dory. And I don't know. It's like Nemo really hit home, but Dory just tried to copy Nemo. To me, again, this is just my personal opinion. Oh, hi, Daisuke. It's good to see you. Car series is pretty good, as Honey Heart said. I'm surprised. I heard it was sad. That's one thing about it I did hear, that it was pretty sad. I heard Good Dinosaur was a box office bomb. I did too. I didn't like WALL-E when I was little, Daniel says, but now I appreciate the film more and its story. Yes, I really like WALL-E. Oh boy. These are going to be hard to rank because they're all really good there. Dusk said, I do wonder why Pixar is still naming animation with how well Disney themselves animates. It would make sense to merge Pixar into Disney themselves. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Pixar, with their stories, they just have a more distinct feel, and they've just continued to be separate from Disney. But I guess like they could merge one day. Oh, am I pronouncing names wrong? I'm sorry. My apologies. My apologies. I feel like I'm messing up all the time here on the stream. Okay, I didn't see Inside Out. And this is a weird one because it's been divided between... It's either on people's top 3 or it's on people's bottom list of like, no, I didn't really care for that movie. So I don't know. It's like some people loved it, some people didn't. So I'm not sure. Okay, Brave. Okay. That was an odd one. I just don't remember it. I didn't find it memorable personally. None of these, they're all very well animated and they all have decent stories, but this wasn't memorable to me. I always forget about A Bug's Life. I always forget about that one. But I thought it was very enjoyable. And I almost put it in the classics, but I really need to watch it again and reevaluate that because it's been a long time since I've watched it. And I always forget about that one. And it's Inside Out was great. Bear movie. Okay. Now, Honey Heart. I don't know if you like the movie or not. It does have your favorite animal in it. Automatically 10 out of 10. I do wonder what your thoughts on that one was. I do remember watching it in a drive-in theater. I should also, why don't I talk about that too? I saw Brave in a drive-in theater when it first came out. I remember that. I saw Dory when I was in Las Vegas, believe it or not. I saw Monsters University in theaters when it came out. I saw Coco when it came out too. I wasn't anywhere special like Vegas though. I was just at home. Hi Maddox. It's good to see you. I used to have the original 1999 VHS of Bug's Life. That's cool. I liked Coco a lot. Would I call it a timeless classic though? I don't know yet. For now, I'm gonna put it there because it's not like one of my favorites, but I liked it. It surprised me. I thought it was good. I'd have to watch it again though. A movie on raccoons too. Over the Hedge. Oh, I saw Over the Hedge a long time ago. Believe it or not, this is some weird stories of just how I saw movies at a church. Although it wasn't for the service or anything, it was just we were there one day. We were really close with the pastor's family, and we watched it there while they were doing stuff. Very odd, isn't it, to have seen that movie at a church? Okay, now we're getting up to the favorite ones. Toy Story 4 is going to be an interesting discussion for sure. I gotta put my favorite, The Incredibles. I thought it was really good. And I also gotta put Ratatouille up there. Those two, they're just more mature, they're more sophisticated, and The Incredibles specifically was a big part of my childhood. And the music in both of those, ironically, they're both Giacchino pieces. Giacchino? I cannot keep mispronouncing names. I'm not sure. Hey, no DreamWorks here. Oh, we should do a DreamWorks one too. We'll do that next. This is actually really fun. There's one movie that's a lot of people kind of panned it. I like the movie though. I think it's a really sweet movie. We'll talk about that when we get to DreamWorks. WALL-E. What is the first bit where no one talks, but you still understand what this robot is feeling? That is some masterful stuff. This is just Disney Pixar movies, at least for now. We'll go on to the other ones. Up. Okay, everybody cried at the first 10 minutes of that film. And again, the visual storytelling, nobody says anything. Well, they say things before that whole sequence. But you get so much emotion in 10 minutes. And that one was really bold for being so emotionally. There's the scene where Carl is looking in the book at the end. I didn't understand that when I was little, but I watched it recently. I watched that part and I suddenly cried because I was like, oh my goodness, I get it now. I get what that scene meant. That's a sad movie. Oh, I can't. I can't imagine what people thought when I first saw that. Like, you're going into this movie. It's a movie about a guy and going up in the sky with his balloon house. And you're just going to see this movie. Like, what is this? And then you were hit with that first 10 minutes. It's like, oh my goodness. That is a really good one. Toy Story's favorite for sure. It's weird that these are two separates because here's what I would say. My favorites I also think are timeless classics. Although this one I'm not quite sure yet. Toy Story, the movie that started it all and still one of their best stories. It's their first movie and they just create this iconic movie. It's just their first one. They really showed their storytelling skills. And then Toy Story's significance in the computer animation field is unsurpassed by any other film. And the Luxo Jr. and the other short films like Red's Dream and those what's the other one? I liked Andre and Wally B too. I'm forgetting some. There's another one, Knick Knack. Those ones really propelled it too. Those were really important. And then Toy Story with it being 80 minutes. Although a lot of people don't talk about this, but VeggieTales, if you remember that show, if it was a little bit longer, it would have been the first feature film. It wasn't quite. It was like half an hour, so it wasn't quite there. But VeggieTales was right next to Pixar. It's an interesting one. Toy Story is also up in my favorites, or Toy Story 2. Also really good. When you just slap a 2 on something with like sequels now, it's so easy to have I ever seen the movie What's Up? Is that knockoff one of Up? That was really odd. Tin Toy is the reason why we have Toy Story. Actually, let's get closer up so I can show you. Oh my goodness, why is my hair like this? I have a little Tin Toy here, which I just have him sitting here on my desk. I love that one too, although the baby's kind of terrifying, but it was important. It's the first human Pixar did, actually. All right, back to the tier list. Toy Story 3, I would put in timeless classics. I love VeggieTales too. I honestly think VeggieTales shaped a lot of how my humor is, and a lot about it. Definitely sparked my interest in video making and animation as a whole. And I honestly think that because of Phil Vischer and Mike Naraki's work on that show, that's really what has made me who I am now in the creative sense. I know that's a lot. That's saying a lot about that, but really, because that was something I really that I grew up on, and it really shaped me. It was impressive VeggieTales pulled it off, given how expensive it must have been to produce. And it was like, what? Just like 3-4 guys trying to do that in their rental building. They somehow did that. I love that story of like, you just like it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like these guys, they just dropped out of college and are trying to do something here, and they're actually innovating it. And I'm so glad it's had the cult following that it has, because Daniel said I have a nice backyard. Thank you. My Delfino Plaza backyard. It's just that story, how they did it, is really neat. And as I said, I'm glad they have that cult following, because they worked really hard, and that's really special. Monsters Inc. favorites, it's up there. And I've watched a lot of top 10 Pixar movies, and they usually have it lower, but I really like Monsters Inc. because I grew up with that too. That whole opening sequence with the M and the I, Dusk, you're right. Yeah, that's true. It's obviously God had something involved there with this success. Look at me sneaking over here and put Nemo up there. Nemo's definitely up there. Another really, really good one. And again, Dory just didn't. It was trying to do the same thing, and it didn't quite. In my opinion, I don't think it quite did it. Cars, I'm going to put in timeless classics. I liked Cars. It's one of my favorites, but I like these better than Cars, I would say. Although, that whole Radiator Springs thing, like, I like that a lot. Okay, that leaves us with two recent movies that are both sequels and are both hard for me to talk about because it's hard to rank them. Okay, I really liked, and I'm not going to give any spoilers for this movie because I'm sure a lot of you, maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't, but I don't want to give any spoilers here. This was good. I'm going to put it. Is it a timeless classic yet? I don't know. But I'm going to put it up here because I really liked it. Toy Story 4 surprised me. I thought it was really good. A lot of people don't like the way that the plot went, but it's ultimately the way that they decided to do it. And I thought you didn't need a fourth one. It's not necessary to have a fourth one, but it worked, and I enjoyed it. Okay, The Incredibles 2. This is so difficult because I'm going to put it in enjoyable right now. I need to see it again. I didn't hate it. I really, really liked it, but there's some things about it that I did not really like. I didn't think the villain was strong enough of a character, as far as it was one of those twist things that's like, surprise, isn't this, you were never expecting that, but at the same time it's like that moment when they reveal, it's like, we kind of figured it out ahead of you. It was supposed to be cooler, wasn't it? Like, I don't know. Could you imagine being involved in such a big innovational movie or thing that ended up changing the world in some way? Oh man, that would be. I can't imagine. I think of something like some of these things, like Star Wars or Toy Story or The Simpsons, different things that really changed or just set precedents that are still going on and loved today. I can't imagine being a part of that. That would be really, really special. And just seeing the fans that are always there and they're so devoted. SpongeBob, I thought was really innovative. Rest in peace, Steven Hillenburg. Just that whole vibe that SpongeBob has, and that was a big part of my childhood too. I wonder if there's a SpongeBob episode one. I don't know. Okay, but let me finish up with this tier list for Pixar movies, and we'll move on to DreamWorks. Toy Story 4 wasn't necessary, but it was really good. And The Incredibles 2, I gotta watch again. There's some things that I didn't like, but there's some things I really did like about it, though, at the same time. But still, first one's king. I think out of all of them, my favorite is The Incredibles. Ratatouille is pretty close. WALL-E. These are so good. Did you like that Disney bought Star Wars? Okay. George Lucas decided to sell Lucasfilm, and for reasons that I understand. He was getting older and felt like, I better give this to some other directors to pass it down. Toy Story 5 will be announced one day. I think The Incredibles 2 was worth the 10 years after the original. I think it was worth it. I thought it was worth the 10 years after. I thought it was good. It's hard to compare it to the first one. I'm still really stuck on it. I have to watch it again. I'm Squidward. Do I like that Disney bought Star Wars? I thought that it's not a bad decision, but specifically what Disney's been doing with the whole... I actually started watching The Empire Strikes Back yesterday. What they've been doing with the park, where they were making the Disney version of the Star Wars park, but not really the one that the fans would like. I don't know if Disney understands that the fans don't want the new stuff. They want what was classic about it. So, I don't know. I still have hope in it. I still think Disney can do a lot with it, but They need the right guidance on it. I didn't particularly. I liked The Force Awakens. I liked The Last Jedi. I thought it was enjoyable. I know that's really. Some people absolutely loathe that movie. I wasn't so deep on the lore of Star Wars, so I wasn't so bothered that it changed things. I didn't like some of the fact that they didn't reveal stuff, but I want to see how this one in December, The Rise of Skywalker, is that what it's called? I want to see how that is. That will shape my opinion on those other two because it's supposed to be a trilogy. So we'll see. But I do think that Disney needs to go back to its roots of understanding what the fans really liked about it. Let's look for DreamWorks. I wanted to make an Aaron Fox character or even Aaron Fox skit tier list because I think that would be fun. Oh my, I love how these all match. Okay, some of these I didn't see. Wallace and Gromit. That is technically it. They need to understand Star Wars. Yeah, they need to understand what it is and what it means to people. Okay, let me see. Too bad Nickelodeon is obsessed with SpongeBob. Yeah, that's the thing about SpongeBob is I think the pre-movie seasons were that's classic SpongeBob, and the movie classic SpongeBob. Then it started to have a shift in direction and tone, and now I think the problem is that is Nickelodeon's focus is we are SpongeBob, 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 SpongeBob all day, all night, SpongeBob. Instead of trying to get some variety. And so SpongeBob has kind of it's just the quality of it has not been as good from what I've heard. Those classic episodes, that pizza delivery, Graveyard Shift, although Graveyard Shift used to somewhat terrify me when I was little. At one point it didn't, and one point it did, and then it didn't again. It's weird, but anyway, I loved that episode. This is hard because some of these movies I haven't seen either. Okay, come on. The meme, the man, the meme, the legend is Shrek. Shrek was a good movie. It really was the anti-Disney movie, and definitely got its cult following too, and it was just different. It's a different movie from what Disney was doing, and they were also, I mean, there came the competition with Shrek, Paw Patrol. That's true. Paw Patrol was another one. For a YouTuber tier list, I think there is one. I'm not on the list though. No, that's fine. Of course I wouldn't be because I'm not like up there. Okay. Let's make another tier. That was a long sigh. Can we add why can you just add it above and not below? Alright, here is our famous I simply... What is wrong with my keyboard? What are you doing in my swamp? I simply have never, ever seen these following pictures. I don't know. Some goofy. Okay. I didn't watch Trolls, but I was editing, and I was in Las Vegas again, and Trolls was on TV, and I was listening to Trolls. And I was like, although, yeah, well, okay, I can't really comment on it. I guess I need to watch the movie. I'm not sure. That's just me personally. I know some people that really like Trolls too, so I don't know. It depends on the person. For me, I don't know. I didn't even really watch it. Okay, some of these movies I need to watch again and really reevaluate. Now, I heard from Honey Heart that Madagascar 3 was really good. And it's hard for me to comment because I haven't seen it in many years. So I'm gonna trust her. I'm gonna put it in the A because she said it was good. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember liking it though. Okay, I thought the Croods. Shrek is gonna be up there in the S tier. The Croods I liked a lot. I like the Croods. Monsters vs. Aliens I'm gonna put in B. I have some fond memories with that movie. Although looking back, I don't know. There's some weird editing. There's one weird editing choice that's like, why did they do that? That's just kind of my nitpick of being an editor. I'm probably gonna have to go here soon. We might have to finish this later. I'll go through these quickly. Let's talk about the ones I haven't seen. I haven't seen these. Okay. I'm going to put that in B. I love Wallace and Gromit. I don't remember if I really like the Were-Rabbit specifically or not. I love the Wallace and Gromit series. I didn't see Boss Baby, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm going to put it in C for now. The Croods made your mom cry. There was a sad moment there. I didn't see El Dorado. I think I saw Prince of Egypt a while ago, and I liked it. I remember it was pretty biblically accurate, if I remember, although I was a lot younger. I didn't see Kung Fu Panda. Okay. I remember really liking this. I need to watch it again. I'm going to put it in B, actually, because Rise of the Guardians, I know that's one of Jack's favorites. I thought it was creative. I haven't seen it in so long. I bet if I watched it again, I might put it even higher. I just need to watch it again. Shrek the Third, I didn't see. I like Shrek 2, though. I'm going to put that in A. Penguins, I'm going to put it in B. Over the Hedge, I'm going to put it in C, because I haven't seen it in so long. I've heard of How to Train Your Dragon was like S tier. I didn't see 2. I saw some of the first one. Ants and Chicken Run. I feel like I've seen some of them. I need to watch them though. Hey Peyton. Let me see. They made the mistake of marketing it at the wrong time. Oh, it's Rise of the Guardians. It was really creative. I agree. Shrek Forever After, I didn't see. Megamind I liked. I like Megamind. Okay. I really like Peabody and Sherman. Okay? That might be... I'm going to put it in S because that's one of my favorites. It's just something... That was the movie that I saw that... It sounds like I was going to say something like that changed my life. No. I don't know. I liked that movie. It was kind of a funny concept to me. And it actually has some really sweet father-son stuff that's like, oh, that's really sweet. Shark Tale, oh man. Just a weird-looking movie for the most part. Megamind, I like Megamind a lot. Megamind's a classic, Daniel said. I need to watch Megamind again. I don't see that one. B movie. B movie. It's in B. I actually remember watching B movie. I actually remember when it first came out. I almost went to theaters to see it. I don't think I did. Oh, hi Honey Heart again. I put Madagascar 3 up here for Honey Heart because she said it was really good, which I need to watch it again. I liked B movie though. I remember kind of liking it, although it's such people joke about it so much. It is weird though. It's a weird movie. I need to watch it again. It might go down, it might go up, but there were some creative things about it. Madagascar I'm going to put in A because it started... I know there's some critical problems with it though, but it did start that series. I didn't see Madagascar 2. Kung Fu Panda was really good from what I remember. I didn't see Flushed Away. I remember the marketing for that though. I remember like kids' toys with those weird creatures. They were like McDonald's toys. The first ones I've ever seen was Shrek 2, Over the Hedge, Kung Fu Panda, Home, Croods, How to Train Your Dragon, all the Madagascar movies. You didn't put Prince of Egypt in A. I need to watch Prince of Egypt again because I watched it when I was like 7 or 8. And I was impressed by its accuracy. Wait, am I thinking of the right movie? That's the one about Joseph, right? I was impressed by its accuracy. But I need to watch it again to really evaluate. I didn't see Spirit. I didn't see Sinbad. And Turbo... C. It was a funny movie, though. There were some fun moments in there. I'm going to put it in C. I want to put this one, not that one, this one lower, but I didn't see it, so I can't really comment. It's just a bizarre idea. What was I saying? I need to reevaluate this, and I have trouble watching movies sometimes just because I analyze movies and I'll like skim them and get the whole idea from them. But I don't sit down for like the hour and a half, 2 hours and watch them, which I'm pushing myself to do more. Alright, I do have to go. I might even come back as a stream later, maybe. I'm not sure. We got so many more. There's so many more tier lists we can do. This was really fun because it's just fun to discuss this stuff. So, thank you all for joining the stream. I'm definitely going to do something like this again because I just really have a blast talking about this stuff. And, oh, did we get something? It says, did a donation happen? Hang on a moment. Before I go, let's see. I think someone donated. I'm not sure. Maybe it was from, what, like a year ago? Honey Heart, thank you. You didn't have to do that. That was really kind of you. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Honey Heart because she donated. That was sweet. Anyway, thank you all so much again for watching, for the great discussion we had. I love talking about movies and games. I was gonna do this on my other channel, but it takes like 24 hours for your streaming to be verified or something. So I was like, I'm just doing it on here, and there's more. I think I can reach a larger audience on here for now too. So I'm gonna do more of this. What's the other ones we were gonna talk about? There's other movie companies. There's Illumination. I've seen the Despicable Me movies. I like the first one a lot, but the other ones I don't know. And some of the direction they've been going I don't really like. But, and I heard they're doing the Mario movie. There's other tier lists. There's some video game protagonists. There's obviously Disney movies themselves. We talked about Pixar. There's probably other characters and stuff. Disney characters? Oh my, there's a lot. Ooh, Disney World rides? Okay, there's so many we can do. We're definitely going to do another tier list because it's just a great way to introduce discussion. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys' support. And I'll see you guys in the next stream.